Be the most people we've ever had at a board meeting. First this evening, we have FBLA somewhere. Oh, hi, Mrs. Golick. I believe you have some state winners that you'd like to present to us. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Really not working? It should work.
Can she come here? Use ours.
Do you want to come over here?
Well, there's a wireless line over there.
Do we?
Okay, hi. Good evening, I'm Angela Golick. I'm with Future Business Leaders of America. I have two quick things to talk about. First of all, we're here to congratulate our students who went to our State Business Leadership Conference back in March. We took 41 students to our competition there. It was a state competition. Over 700 students from around the state were there. We had 41 competitors. Of the 41 that competed, 18 of our students qualified for nationals, placing top 4 in their events. We are taking 21 of them to nationals in Anaheim, California this summer. So that is awesome. With me tonight are some of our state champions. So if I can have a step forward. This is one of our teams. This is Claire Dillon and her sister Ivy Dillon and Tommy Lance. They were state champions in a competition known as broadcast journalism. Would any of you like to say anything really quick about your experience and what you plan to do at nationals?
So our experience, I don't know, it was nothing short of cooperation and teamwork from all the people that worked there. And I understand that qualifying for nationals is cool, but getting on that stage and becoming state nationals, especially with these people who are so close to me, I don't know, it was just an amazing time, an amazing experience for me, and I assume for both of them as well. And at nationals, I mean, I hope we win.
We have a couple other individuals I'd like to announce. Kennedy Nolan was state champion. She's not here this evening. She had a job that she had to go to. Alexis Rope was also a state champion, and she came under the weather. A lot of sickness this time of year. As well as that, we had two individuals. Nasaya, I'm not sure why you're supposed to come up here, please. Nasaya and Kyle Allen. Is Kyle in the room? Nope, but Nasaya here and Kyle Allen, some of you might know him, were elected state officers to the state officer team. And so having two individuals from Carson High be members of the Future Business Leaders state officer team is quite the honor for Carson High to have two members of the board of 7 state officers across the state. Is really amazing to be elected to that. So congratulations to Nasaya and Kyle. And it will be my last nationals that I will attend, as this is my last year, my 14th year as Future Business Leaders of America advisor. So this was my last year with them. I'm not retiring from the school, just as FBLA advisor. So taking over for me, and I'd like to bring him up as well as the other members who are here from FBLA really quick. And Mr. Fueling, I know that you only thought we were doing state champions and stuff, but we wanted to take a quick minute to mention that these other individuals, as well as these individuals, you may have heard, Cody Downing is my co-advisor, but FBLA this year was part of a project, and we put out a magazine called Entrepreneurs in Action. If you haven't seen it, we have copies of it with us today, and we'd be happy to disperse a copy of that magazine. The magazine was produced by students here in the marketing program, and all of the advertising in that magazine was sold by FBLA members. We met with over 100 businesses in this community, and we sold over $70,000 worth of advertising. Yeah, that's worth a clap, I think. To which the business, Carson Now was our collaborator on that magazine. They donated back to our organization, FBLA, $36,000. So that was an amazing fundraiser for us. On the night of the launch party, one of the entrepreneurs in the crowd who we featured in our magazine, his name is Don Cool, stood up, took the microphone from me, and made a little announcement. He said he'd never been part of a more inspirational project in his career, and that having students be a part of such a hands-on program was so amazing to him. And he matched the $36,000 that Carson Now gave us, and also gave us $36,000. Yeah. Okay. And so I want to just really quick let Cody talk about that, and just tell the community, the Carson High community, your students, and this community, we couldn't thank any more for all the support that's been given to us. And congratulations to all the retirees, and thank you for everything. So, Cody.
Hey y'all, thank you very much for having us this evening. I'll be very quick. My name's Cody Downing. I'll be the head FBLA advisor next year. So thank you so much to Ms. Golick for everything you've done for all those years. I don't want to disturb the meeting any more than I have to, so I'll give copies of the magazine to the school board members, but I have a lot, so you guys can, we'll try to make sure everybody gets one without disturbing the meeting. So the main message that we as a group have is that we're extremely grateful for the love and support that we've received throughout this project, and it's just really inspiring, so I hope y'all are inspired as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Golick and Mr. Downing. If one wanted to get a copy of that magazine, okay, on the back table. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, next, moving on, we have Miss Campbell somewhere over on the other side of the gym with the prom king and queen for Carson High.
Yes, hi. Miss Campbell wanted me to do it instead. Alrighty, I think we have everyone. Hi, my name is Eleanor Romeo. I'm proud to say I was the prom coordinator of this year for the class of 2025. Prom was a combined prom of junior and senior, and our theme was Great Gatsby. It was a well-attended dance, and it was a great night for everyone. I'm now excited to share with you our friendship and prom king and queen. Our friendship ball king and queen winners are Chris Roski and Nicole Masden. And then our prom king and queen are Angel Vega and Emma Drysdale.
Hi, I'm Angel Vega, and I plan on attending the University of New Mexico.
Hi, I'm Emma Drysdale, and I plan on attending the University of Nevada, Reno.
I'm getting fueling. I plan on attending Colorado Christian University. I'm Jennifer Sosa, and what do I say? Sorry. Sorry, and I am gonna go to WNC.
I'm Eleanor Romeo, and I'm going to the United States Merchant Marine Academy.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Campbell, did you want to say anything? Okay. All right, great, thank you. And congrats to everyone. Next, we have an introduction for a rather prominent position in the school district, our new Chief Academic Officer that will be starting here in the next school year. We have Mr. Brandon Bringhurst to introduce to you. And let's see how we do this.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Brandon Bringhurst, and as Mr. Fueling said, I'll be starting as the new Chief Academic Officer for this next school year. Super excited to start here with Carson City School District. I started my career in 2001. I spent 11 years in Texas, and the last 13 years I've been in Washoe County School District. This will be my first opportunity to come to Carson. I was privileged today. Mr. Fueling spent the day with me graciously. And we went and spent the day visiting all of the schools, had a chance to see all of the schools in the district today, meet the school leaders, meet a variety of students, and just get to know this community and the school district better. Super looking forward to the opportunity to work with all of you. Also, big shoes to fill, taking Ms. Fuson's role here. So looking forward to some opportunity to spend some time with her in that transition, and looking forward to working and moving Carson School District forward into the future. Thank you.
Well, welcome, Mr. Bringhurst, and we look forward to working with you as well.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bringhurst. Lastly, just a big thanks to Don and Joey Stidham from Innovative Communication Systems for helping with the audio setup and everything here this evening. Keith Barnett from Carson City trying to make things work for us. Thanks for always taking care of us. And that is all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Superintendent. Agenda item number 4, board reports, board member comments, and this is for information only. Do we have a Carson High School representative, school representative, student representative? Okay, come on up. You can go up to the podium.
Hello. Hi, I'm Cooper Fueling, the new student body school board representative for Carson High School. So I'll be here for the 25-26 school year. I'll be an incoming junior. Just at the high school recently, we've had prom going on. That was very successful. And now we're just looking forward to closing down the year on a high note and keeping everyone happy.
Excellent job, thank you. Do we have a representative from Pioneer Academy? Do we have a student representative from Pioneer Academy? See none? Yes? Oh, yes, she does. She's short. I know the feeling. Yeah. Yes.
too short for this. Anyway. Good evening, members of the board and everyone who was gracious enough to stay with us tonight. My name is Caitlin Nguyen. I am the ambassador for Pioneer Academy. I usually give announcements every board meeting, but before I start, I'd like to congratulate everyone who came here for the Future Business Leaders of America, right? Yeah. Because it isn't just a title that's attached to you when you join a group and you come here. It's a commitment to making sure that you know the opportunities for yourself. It's making sure that you show up every day on your own time to make sure that you can benefit yourself, your family, your community, your state, your nation, I'd say the whole world. So when we applaud today, it isn't just about the FBLA, although it's like really cool for any representatives that are still here. It's about celebrating us, and it's about celebrating every single one of you who came here and decided to show up every single day for something greater than yourselves. Let's get another round of applause. Okay, Pioneer announcements. Testing season is upon us, and I'd like you all to know that official AP exams are taking place between May 5th to 16th. I'm sure you already know that because you have a bunch of smart kids here. We'd like to thank Pioneer and Carson High School teachers, counselors, for making sure that everyone's aware of the scholarship and grant opportunities that we have for test fee reductions. Because when my bill came home, I'm taking 2 AP classes right now, and when my bill came home for $90, I was like, is that 1 test or 2, right? So I was like, oh my God, if I have to pay $180 for test today, I'm gonna be so cooked. But I talked to my counselor, and she was like, Ms. Weaver, she was like, no, actually, that is just both of your tests. We got it reduced to $45 each for you. We have the price. And I was like, yes. Anyway. We'd also like to thank Mr. Jordan and the librarian here for making sure that the testing schedule goes seamlessly and that everything is going according to plan for the students. On May 3rd, our speech and debate team held a color run in Mills Park. It was basically kind of a race, but also a donations charity event where you donated money that would go to support the speech and debate team because they qualified for nationals in Des Moines, Iowa, and you would go running for a little race. I didn't take part in that because you saw me running up here. You know, I was already kind of, whew. Anyway, after the race happened, they got sprayed with a bunch of fun colors, and all of the families and the students that came here had a lot of fun. I just want to thank the people who came here to set it up and the people who came here to donate and support our team. Thank you. And finally, we will be hosting our last dance of the year on, well, this Friday, actually. Leadership is working on garnering votes for sprinkling royalty, and I have been personally walking around during lunch asking people, hey, do you want to vote? I feel kind of corny, but it has to be done. And the leadership is also setting up decorations and logistics with the whole buying stuff and like setting up donations for food. So we want to thank them too, and we just want everyone to have fun tonight and through the rest of the year, as we know it's going to be hectic. So let's just end it strong.
Thank you, Kaylin. Okay, board announcements. Do we have board announcements? And because I cannot see everyone, I'm just going to ask if we can start from the very end and work your way up to me.
Sorry, Lupe, we were chatting. Kaylin, what
do we have board announcements from that end?
Oh, like the school reports, or are we doing those?
Reports. Do we have any reports?
The only one I have is from Mark Twain, the pre-K over there got a, let's see, the certificate of recognition. They received a rating of 5.9 stars from the Nevada Quality Ratings and Improvement Systems, which rated them at the top for the region, which is pretty awesome. So high fives to Mark Twain and the pre-K program over there. It's been a strong program for a very long time. All 4 of my kids went through it. So thank you for those that help it thrive and for the effort you put into strengthening the foundation of our little learners.
Thank you. And before I go on to the next trustee, I want to make a note that Trustee Roberts is now joining us. Thank you. So Trustee Roberts is next.
Just in time. Talent show at Fremont was amazing, super fun to attend. And the only report is they've got the fun run coming up, and it is the only fundraiser that the PTA holds all year. So please support.
Awesome.
May 28th, I believe.
May 28th? Wonderful. Thank you. Trustee Varner.
Yes, for Boardwalk Bray, Principal Roquetta would like to invite everybody to join them for Moms and Muffins, beginning at 7 a.m., and that's always a fun event. Their attendance carnival is coming up on May 30th, and she asked everybody to keep an eye out on Parent Square to sign up to volunteer, and they need lots of help. And also check Facebook and Parent Square for their end of the year calendar for all their upcoming events. And there are a lot of things happening in the coming weeks. And then I have one for Fritz Elementary, a small one here. Principal Brown would like to invite all Fritz families to their end of year barbecue, which will be held on Wednesday, May 21st from 5 to 6 p.m. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Trustee Clappin? I guess I could.
I have a report from Eagle Valley Middle School from Mr. Conley. He states that they took 560 students to the Aces baseball game on Tuesday, May 6th. Their students were extremely well behaved and grateful, and they had a stupendous half day in the sun. Also got to throw out the first, he got to throw out the first pitch. That was pretty awesome. And you also used the word stupendous. That's amazing. 8th graders visited the UNR campus to highlight college options for their future. Many students showed excitement and are already planning their future college careers. And lastly, their PTO rocked Educator Appreciation Week with wonderful food and treats. Their leadership class also provided treats to staff throughout the week. It was all greatly appreciated. And that's my report for the night.
Thank you. Trustee Walt?
No report.
Thank you. Trustee Walker?
No report this evening.
Thank you. And I also do not have a report. I skipped one, which was the Nevada Association of School Board NASB update. Trustee Varner, my apologies.
No problem. No report tonight.
Thank you. Okay, very good. Agenda item number 5, association reports for discussion only. Do we have a representative from the association report? None? Okay, very good. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see who's here, who's not. Agenda item number 6, presentation of 2024-2025 Distinguished Student Award for all Carson City School District schools, including Carson Montessori Charter School. And this is for discussion only. Superintendent Feeling.
Okay, thank you, President Ramirez and trustees. Good evening, everyone. We have a lot of good stuff going on tonight. So, parents, some of you who are here received a call that maybe you weren't expecting with some crazy lady on the other line saying, hey, we need you to come to a school board meeting because your child is being recognized as a distinguished student. And you may not have known what that meant. A little bit of history, I think it was about 10 years ago, one of our school board members, Steve Reynolds, I believe it was, commented, you know, we recognize a lot of students for being great at athletics. And we recognize a lot of students for having great grades, participating in a club. There are a lot of kids out there who are just awesome human beings, and they're doing great things in schools every day in ways that don't traditionally get recognized. And so the ask was to go to our principals and say, hey, who are some of these kids out there that are just so incredible and maybe don't always get the recognition that they deserve for that? And so the way this happened then is to each year since then, at every elementary school, recognize a 5th grade boy and girl at each school, at the middle schools an 8th grader, at the high schools a 12th grader. And so that is why many of you are here tonight. So with that, I'm going to ask those students to come up here. I am going to thoroughly embarrass you. I'm just kidding, I won't do that to you this time. So we'll start calling these kids up, and please feel free to cheer them on, clap them on, folks. These are some amazing kids. So first, we'll start with Bordewick Bray, and we have Isabella Herrera. And for all the kids that win, if you could please stay up here because we want to get a picture of you after you're done. Why don't you maybe just step back just a little bit. From Bordewick, we have Giuseppe Gant. On to Empire Elementary, Martin Torres. And Alma Valdivia Pacheco. On to Fremont Elementary, Cecily Soto. And also from Fremont, Preston Galloway. He's got a great SpongeBob shirt on. Next from Fritch Elementary School, we have Brooklyn Bell. And also from Fritch, we have Romeo Empudia Torres. Now from Mark Twain, we have Alice Brown. And from Mark Twain, Ezra Ruvalcaba. From Seeliger Elementary School, Elena Herrick. And Reyes Menjavar. From Carson Montessori School, we have Carter Landa. And Haley Agel. Okay, on to our middle schoolers. From Carson Middle School, we have Alyssa Pedden. That was Alyssa Peden. I apologize to the family. Next, we have Hector Victorio Gonzalez. Going once. I guess Hector didn't join us. Okay, we'll get that to him. From Eagle Valley Middle School, we have Alina Smith. And from Eagle Valley Middle School, we have Xavier Ruiz. And on to our high schoolers. First, we have Pebble Wiggins. And Anthony Ortega. Next, from Pioneer, we have Alexandria Ramirez. And our last recipient for the evening from Pioneer, Brandon Lovejoy. All right, our 2025 distinguished students, everyone can give them a round of applause. I should say all the cameras. Does this work? Okay. Congratulations, guys. In that moment you were standing here, over 1,562 pictures were taken of you in that moment. Okay. Congratulations. You guys can head back. To all those families, thank you so much for being here. And thanks for raising such great kids. It really makes a difference in the schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Feeling. Yes, I would echo your words. Thank you so much, parents, for teaching your children well and for encouraging them to do better, because they are our future leaders. So we need to make sure that they are getting a good foundation, a good education, so they can do a good job in the future. So, padres, muchísimas gracias por estar aquí y felicidades por hacer un buen trabajo con sus hijos.
Congrats on finishing up FBLA.
Why are you still here?
My mom's living.
I hope so, hopefully. She gets this.
Okay, I think we are going to continue with our agenda. If I can ask everyone to have a seat, and we will be able to continue on with agenda item number 7. And this is the introduction of 2024-2025 Carson City School District retirees and employees who are leaving the district after 10 years or more, 10 years of service or more. And this is for discussion only. Superintendent Feeling.
Thank you, President Ramirez. Tonight, we recognize Carson City School District employees that have put in some time with the school district. Some of them are retiring and hanging it up for good. Some of them are moving on to other opportunities. But very much recognizing that you have put in significant time with the district, and we are very grateful for that this evening. In total, the number I saw, the total amount of experience between all of these people was 588 years of service. But I spoke with each one of them, and they said for all of them it feels like just one, because it was so magical and so good. So I will be naming off names, and I hope everyone is here this evening. Sometimes folks aren't able to make it, but as I announce your name, if you would please come up here. We have a certificate and a little commemorative gift for you for your time here supporting the kids in Carson City.
Superintendent Feeling, may I interrupt?
Yeah.
Should we invite people to move forward so we can have them closer to you? Is that okay, or is everyone okay?
I think we could force them.
Just invite them, but if you're good where you're at, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. All right, well, we will get started. First, we have from Carson High School, Manuela Araviega. I don't see Manuela. At Disneyland? This is way better than Disneyland here. Okay. Well, we will make sure we get that to her. Next, we have Levon Solberger. Do you want everyone to stand up here? Yeah, okay. If you want to just sit close, just don't move. Okay. Oh. So when you're announced and you come up here, just please stay in close proximity. Don't leave, because we want to get a picture at the end of everyone if we can. Next, from Carson High School, Julie Coop. Disneyland must be really busy. Next, we have Mr. Frank Sakalarius. He's here. Next, we have Patricia Ababio. Disneyland, my goodness. It's a popular place. Jen Menifee.
I appreciate you so much. Get in here tight. Get in here really tight. I love you so much. Sorry.
I
You
need to
okay?
kind of, okay.
He's a really good superintendent, you guys. Like, I've gone through a lot. I'm serious. He's really good, and people should appreciate the people they work for.
Well, thank you.
I really appreciate you.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
You know.
Don't.
And my husband's like, you know you're taking that mic. I would like to say that I appreciate 30 years at Carson High School. I also am a product of the Carson City School District. And now they're letting me out on parole. Thank you. I do appreciate you.
Next, we have Carol Halwinkle. I didn't realize you were retiring. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, as long as Mrs. Menifee had words, would you like to say anything?
No, I so appreciate all that the district has done. It's a great place to work. So, thank you so much. I can't believe I'm leaving.
I know. Thanks, Carol. Next, we have Vivian Tatchkeen. Would you like to say anything?
Just thank you very much to the Carson City School District and the schools that I've taught at. I did 1 year at Empire Elementary. I did 10 years at Eagle Valley Middle School, and then I'm finishing my 8th year at Carson High. So thank you very much. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. John Tobin. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I would like to briefly say I want to thank all the present and former school board members and all the principals for giving me this opportunity to teach. Teaching at Carson High School in this community is the best thing I've ever done in my life, hand down. I'm very happy to put the years in here. Thank you all.
Oh, thank you. Next time. Next time.
Love you, man.
Take care, John. Okay, that is all for Carson High School. Next, we have Carson Middle School, Mr. Roger Churchill.
I did my first year in 1994 at Fremont, and then I did 18 years at Carson Empire with 1 year at Mark Twain, splitting between the two schools, and then I've been the last 12 years I've been at Carson Middle School. So, thank you.
For the little certificate. Thanks, sir. Next, we have Mr. Andy Hagan from Eagle Valley Middle School. I guess Mr. Hagan's not here. From Eagle Valley Middle School, Tina Saunders. Next from Eagle Valley Middle School, I think she's here, yeah, Whitney Tynes. Come on up. Is there anything you would love to say?
Thank you. No, it's truly been a blessing to work with kids and serve the families of this community. And I'm super excited to continue to do that in a different capacity. And I'll always be thankful to Sadler for taking a chance on a baby counselor fresh out of grad school that had no idea what she was doing. My life has been more full because of the opportunities and the connections and the relationships that were forged. So thank you guys so much. I know he does. He does a good plan. Is it solid gold?
It is. Oh, yes. Just don't bite too hard. And lastly, from Eagle Valley Middle School, Principal Lee Conley. Doctor. So Dr. Conley, unfortunately, we've run out of time.
You know, I don't like to talk anyway, so that's good. I don't like to talk. I'll tell you, 30 years, this district gave me a lot of opportunity. You're not very intelligent because you kept me around for that long, but I'm not going to go anywhere with that. But I thought you were all smarter, but, you know, just thanks for indulging me for 30 years. Honestly, I've lived in Washoe and Reno for 25 years and commuted worth every single minute. So had a lot of kids, a lot of, you know, I don't know how many kids through, but what makes this job the best is I've had kids the last few weeks. One was 18, one's a senior, one was 25. I've had teachers come up and say, you made a difference. And I think as educators, that's what, we don't see the immediate payoff all the time, but when we see that payoff in 25 years, you know, now 30 years later of kids saying you made a difference, I know everybody here made a difference. So it's been great to be part of a spectacular school district for 30 years. I appreciate everybody.
Moving on to Bordewick Bray Elementary School, we have Mr. Alan Catron.
I guess this means that I need to start thinking about what to do when I grow up, right?
You were there.
Yeah. 35 years of teaching, so this is great, but 21 years here. It's been wonderful, so thank you.
Something not to take up too much space on the picture. Next from Bordewick Bray, we have Amy Crittenden.
Wow, 29 years of teaching and 28 here, and this has been my only adult job, so, and all the kids that I've worked with, and it's just been amazing, and my whole family met my husband there. Both my daughters went through Carson High School, so, all Carson schools, so this has been my life, and it's gonna be quite a change, so thank you. Thank you for all your support all these years.
Next, we have Bordewick Bray Vice Principal Dr. Carolyn Cook. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Would you like to say anything?
I didn't want to say anything, but 37 years in education, the last 10 here in Carson City. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
from Empire Elementary School, we have Robert Ruiz. I think we're batting about 500 right now. From Fremont Elementary School, Pamela Schenk.
This is my second career, but it was most certainly my best career. And I would just like to say thank you to Jen Ward. Even though we've had our ups and downs, I've totally appreciated her, and I think we've grown because of it. And my fifth grade friends, teachers, but most certainly just want to thank all the amazing students that I've taught over the years that I still am in contact with, and it was amazing. Thank you.
And then from Fremont Elementary School, Mr. David Lowe.
Oh, 31 years in teaching, 28 here between Fremont with Dr. Ward and Seeliger with Ms. Zona. Just couldn't imagine any other way, better way to have spent a career. Thank you.
And we move on to Mark Twain Elementary School, Colleen Caton.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to sing?
No.
No?
Is this good?
Yes. Oh, here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Next, from Pioneer, we have Jill Council. And from Pioneer, I do see him here, Mr. John Corbett.
I'm still going on to teach a few more years. This is my 25th year in education, 11 with Carson City School District, and like Mr. Fueling put it, it's felt like one.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Moving on to Seeliger Elementary. First, we have Tara Sakalarius.
Well, I've done all my years at Seeliger. It's the best ever. And it's extra special. I have many of my principals here. So Mrs. Zona and Mr. Conley, Dr. Conley, excuse me, and Mrs. Carrie Pryor. So Mr. Waddy hired me long, long ago. But thank you. It's been great.
Next from Seeliger, we have Connie Frontapple.
Few words.
No crying.
Always, always. Best job ever? My heart is full.
And from Seeliger, Julie Harrison.
I'm much better with 7-year-olds with missing teeth, but I'll do it justice maybe. I was 20 years in Vegas, and then I was lucky enough for Paul Ozona to bring me up north, and now I'm in it with Carrie Pryor, and I'm having a blast. And now that I know that Cooper's a junior, and I remember him as a first grader, it's probably time for me to go. So thank you. I had a great time. It was magical.
Next from our transportation department, Serena Cooper. Guess not. From our prison system, is Mr. McCarthy here? Did you come? Many of you don't know, we run educational programming over at Northern Nevada Correctional Center. Mr. McCarthy was there for a long time. Sorry he's not here tonight, but we don't see that one come up very often, so I thought maybe a little explanation to that. Last two, I think, yes, from the district office, Mr. Jason Zona.
So anytime you get a job all these years where you get to help kids graduate and find their way in life, it's truly a blessing. So you only get to do that though with the support of the district office, school board, a great staff at Pioneer, and my beautiful wife Paula. She was the reason why I got into this business, so thank you very much. I love you. And Zona out.
Disneyland. And finally this evening, one that is very near and dear to me and has supported me, and I can't quite believe this is real, but Mrs. Tasha Fuson.
Years in education, and I know you're thinking, no way, because she looks way, way, way too young for that, especially next to old man Fueling over here and his baby face, right? I actually started in Clark County and worked there for 12 years before deciding to move my family up north, and I spent 7 years in Washoe County before I came to the CCSD. And I will tell you, I have been very, very, very blessed, as you've heard from everyone else, to spend the last 11 years of my career in this community, serving this community. This is a very special community. It is home, and it is bittersweet because I get to retire, but also love my job and have no reason to actually retire other than, you know, I'm hoping one day
to be a grandma. I keep telling my children that. They haven't made it happen. But I'm like, come on, I'm now free and I can watch your children for you for free if you would have them. So hopefully in a couple of years from now, if you see me around in the community, I'll be telling you I'm Nana. But right now, no. Just saying. So that's my retirement goal, to be a Nana. That's it.
And President Ramirez, that is everyone. Thank you to all of you. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for all of your time. Thank you for reminding me that everyone needs to come up for a picture.
Good job, Jet.
Before we do the picture, Trustee Ramirez or trustees, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes, please. I just want to say thank you so much for educating our future leaders. It's thanks to all the hard work and passion that you put into your job that we have amazing individuals in our community. So thank you so much for all the work that you did. And I know that you came from your heart. We see it in your smiles. And we appreciate you so much. And we hope you have a wonderful retirement. Anybody else? Board members, any other comments?
Yeah. So, don't give me that look. No, I know. I just want to say thank you. I believe some of you have had all 4 of my children, Bordewick, Carson Middle, the high school. I started teaching. I went with some of you as well back in 1994. But what you said about Carson City School District, when you said your few words, I think is what helps us sit here, is to know that you all enjoyed what you do and did. I hope that you find comfort and relaxation being, retired or a grandma on that end as well. But thank you for all the years that you have given to this community, to our families, and to our students. I really do appreciate all of you.
Yeah, I'll just add in my thanks as well. I also had 4 kids that are either still in or have gone through the Carson City School District, and you guys are doing great things. And I appreciate you as a parent and as a community member for putting in all the effort that you do to ensure that these kids are solid. I know it's easy to feel defeated sometimes when you have a couple that challenge you in particular ways, but remember, for everyone that challenges you, there's 100 that you have been an incredible part of enriching, and you have set them up to be successful and to thrive as adults. So as a mother who has 4 that have all been impacted by you, thank you for your service to my family. Thank you.
Richard?
Congratulations on your retirement. I wish you the best of luck in the future. I was married to a teacher for 28 years who worked here at Carson City. So over the years, I know the sacrifices and the troubles and everything they gave to the students here in Carson City. And I just truly appreciate all the effort you put into it. And thank you to your families. I remember many nights had my wife come home upset, crying over different things. And I know that all the families give up a lot too to support you in your careers. And just thank you for everything you've done.
Yeah, if we could, and actually, if I could add real quick. So, we didn't really give the opportunity to Levon and Mr. Sakalarius, if you wanted to say anything. Oh, Frank, you do? Okay, great. No? Okay. So if everyone could just come up here so we could get a quick picture of you before you go.
So we are going to take a 5-minute break to allow for some pictures, and then we will resume with our meeting. Thank you.
You don't remember me being in my classroom one time? I was like reading pictures. Well, it's a good thing you tried to involve Clearly on my daughter, she remembers all of this. Or none of them, whichever.
So I'll just introduce them. So it's awkward because we're all standing. I think. No, because you do. So that mic will be live and this mic is live. So if you have multiple kids wanting to do.
Well, they're all gonna, they go one after another and pass them on. Okay.
Yeah, however.
Yeah, I told them they just have to do it like the ledge where, push the button. They will identify me.
After I'll just speak shortly. I'll introduce you. I'll let you take it.
I'm gonna have them come up and set up.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to do it now.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, AJ.
Yep.
We need to get in order. Yeah, guys, get in order.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Have you been training for this?
Yes. 2 days.
All right.
Since yesterday. Wait a minute.
Is it really supposed to be over there? You're going to pass down, okay? So it comes out, right? And then they just push the button and it turns it on.
It's our
Okay, if we can all take our seats so we can continue with our meeting.
Hold it up like this.
So I'll just start and I'll go.
Okay.
And then we can let you run the show.
I believe we are ready to continue, so we're going to continue with agenda item number 8, and this is public comment, and this is for discussion only. Do we have in-person public comment? We do not. Do we have online public comment? We do not. At this point, I will close public comment. And agenda item number 9, discussion and possible action to approve the charter school agreement renewal between Carson Montessori Charter School and the Carson City School District for a term ranging from 3 to 10 years, commencing on July 1, 2025, in a form acceptable to council. And this is for possible action. Welcome Superintendent Feeling and Ms. Jessica Daniels.
Thank you, President Ramirez. As you are aware, for many years now, the Carson City School District has sponsored a charter school here in the community, and that is Carson Montessori School. The last charter agreement that we had for renewal of Carson Montessori School, the charter agreement, was done in June of 2019 for a 6-year term. That term now expires at the end of June this year. And so Principal Jessica Daniels is here this evening, along with a crew of friends, to request a renewal of the charter agreement here into the future, starting on July 1st. So with that, I will turn this over to Principal Jessica Daniels.
I also have with us, this is the first year we have ever been able to have a second administrator. We were one of the few, if not the only school in the state of Nevada that had only a single administrator. So this is Mrs. Sarah Lobsinger, and she now is the vice principal of Carson Montessori. We could not have a better sponsor, and the work that has been able to be accomplished with the relationship that we have with the Carson City School District is unparalleled in the state of Nevada. Most schools really suffer with their communities, and they are continually under fire as a charter school. Ours is the most cohesive relationship, and it accomplishes great things for the students of Northern Nevada, and especially the Carson City community. We have here tonight members of Carson Montessori's student legislative team, and the voice of the student is always heard at Carson Montessori, and in a Montessori school, you follow the lead of the child. So you're about to see true Montessori right now, and I will turn it over to them.
My name is Lily Trotter. My teammates and I are members of Carson Montessori's student legislative team. We are so pleased to be here and are absolutely over the moon, especially as full as it was last night, to be celebrating 20 years of Carson Montessori's outstanding success. At Carson Montessori, as well as the Nevada State Legislature, our student voices are always heard. Now, thanks to 2 amendments proposed in the 82nd session of the legislature by one of CMCS's chief student legislators, more and more students are being added to the key legislative committees, so the voices of the students definitely are being heard. We are a powerful student working group tackling important issues affecting our school. Our community, our state, and sometimes we have even taken on national issues. With the support and approval of the Carson Montessori Governing Board of the CMCS staff and families, we are here tonight to officially submit our Carson Montessori Charter Renewal application. We make our official request under NRS 386.527 of Nevada Charter School Law. We have been so excited to celebrate our 20th anniversary this year. CMCS is a school where for 20 years, we have successfully blended traditional Common Core with a real-world, hands-on Montessori education that wraps learning and practical life skills, courtesy and grace, and most of all, respect. What a joy it is to attend a school where students come first and where with our triangle of accountability, our students, staff, and families really care. Classes have philanthropies, students adopt causes, and we all learn empathy and how to share. We have examples, and we want everyone to see why Carson Montessori is a very special place to be.
Hi, I'm Maya Morrison, and CMCS has always been known as the little green school that could. But when COVID hit, the restrictions began to fly. First, when we had to launch as an online school, we showed them, yes, we can. CMCS was the first school in the state of Nevada to have all of our students accounted for, and we managed to make sure every student had access to the internet. We made home visits to deliver hotspots and computers wherever they were needed. The entire student body was divided up so that every staff member had a set of students to mentor and help with anything they needed. CMCS was up and running, and it was all done in 48 hours.
48 hours.
We received a salute and praise from the governor. Then they said we couldn't do our all-school picture. We came up with the slogan, "Please don't tell us we can't. Let us show you how we can do it and do it correctly." With dots on the driveway, 6 feet apart, everyone masked up, COVID compliant. And we used drones and professional photographers to capture our all-school picture. The real world is our classroom. Montessori is an extraordinary and learning environment. We all agree. As a school of choice with hands-on, purposeful lessons, it definitely is the place where kiddos want to be. When a new furnace had to be installed in the classroom by one of our partners in education, they did it during class time, and they had the whole class involved. They had all the students participate, and they were wrapped around in a real-world lesson. Carson Montessori is fluid and flexible. We'll never miss a hands-on opportunity. When a car had a flat tire in the parking lot, the students learned how to change the tire, and to the car owner's amazement, the students changed the flat tire for our visiting friends. On a field trip to the pumpkin patch, kinder teachers operated the equipment to get the pumpkins. Back on our site, our kinders did physics experiments with the pumpkins. I am Hadassah Valladares. We just had our 5-star restaurant to honor our teachers and celebrate our 20 years. With a professional event planner, teaching and advising, students designed the menu, prepared all the food, created and set up all the decor, learned how to formally set the table, fold napkins, seat guests, and serve. Then we wrapped our financial literacy lessons into the mix with figuring expenses, profit for the restaurant, made out the customer's bill, and figured out how much they could get for a tip. Normally, we grow our own produce for our 5-star restaurant, and this year, our students have enjoyed many salads. And sometimes we have enough to share with friends and service. But we sprung a leak in our system right before our restaurant. It's fixed now. A month before restaurant, this same classroom space was set up for the future business vendors as part of our Makers Marketplace, which is also tied to our financial literacy program. We want to share that the original Nevada School Financial Literacy NRS requirements are actually based on Carson Montessori's program. For 5 different legislative sessions, CMCS has helped write or have been the key student lobbyists for financial literacy. In this picture, during the 82nd session, CMCS student legislator Hank Brown, while being congratulated for his work on the financial literacy bill, is discussing with Governor Lombardo that we absolutely must get financial literacy implemented. Just passing a bill is not enough. Hank stated clearly that CMCS has worked on financial literacy for 10 years, and that is the time, and that this time the students had to see it in their classrooms. I would like to share a few more examples where the CMCS legislative team members have been the key players. First, in teacher background checks for license renewals. Next, the Nevada School Civics Bill and its requirements that in order to graduate, every student must pass the exam for citizenship. Also, a member of the CMCS legislative team even negotiated with Senator Kickover to change the cut-off date to August 1st for kindergarten in order to give kinders the gift of time to start. Kindergarten because especially since COVID, so many kiddos are not socially or emotionally ready. Last year, when students learned the Nevada bees were in trouble, we jumped to the rescue. One of our Upper E Montessori teachers wrapped our learning with her flower farm. We traveled to her site, and with the help of her ranch foreman, who was a bee expert, we built 12 bee hotels. Those hotels have been located across the Reno, Carson area.
My name is Riley Connors, and CMCS is partnered with the Lodge Memory Care Center, and I have the opportunity to be a double volunteer there. One of Carson Montessori educational partners just happened to also be a retired senior volunteer program, and that's my mom. That's where my mom works there, so I get to volunteer at the lodge from both sites. When working with our friends who have Alzheimer's, we quickly learn that when their purpose is restored, it really brings joy to them. We also must have respect for who they are and what they have given to society. For example, The doctor is still addressed as the doctor, the pilot as a pilot, and the realtor always gives a tour to each new student friend. But the best part of all is that our friends give a purpose to us too. CMCS has been part of an international study working to find a cure for Alzheimer's, and with it will come, hopefully, a cure for Huntington's, Lou Gehrig's, and Parkinson's.
Hi, I am Emery Adams. So, as you can see, CMCS's curriculum is hands-on and wrapped, so it includes all of real life's real adventures. We have the opportunity to explore and discover every day. At morning assembly, which includes the pledge and a warm-up dance, we also celebrate everyone's birthday, because your birthday is the most important day of your life. Of course, we are sure that you all remember having to take standardized tests, but we bet you didn't know that at CMCS it is a special. It's a party. Many students even get dressed up and they say, "It was the best day of my life." First, we don't use the words SBAC testing. We call it questing. And we have a huge feast with dancing and a great send-off every morning before we start. This year, 100% of our student body in grades 3 to 6 took the SBAC quest. And yes, you have heard the term 48-hour launch said already during our presentation, but it really is a thing. We have a 48-hour launch where anyone, even a student, can submit a proposal, and if it is doable, workable, and feasible, it is launched in 48 hours. Our Buddy Bench was a 48-hour project. Our classmate Sage Young wrote the proposal and then formed her team. We had to order it, put it together, and then teach the students how to use it.
Hi, I am Lilith Marie Maisie Gildark. We are a green science school too. Green science, along with Nevada's Governor Lombardo, and are all advising and insisting that students get outside and to it without their electronic devices. Did you know that electronic devices have rewired the brain? Taken away the ability to process information. Taken our peripheral vision away and changed our posture. So one of our special outdoor classroom adventures to counter this was our Upper East snowshoeing adventure. It was done while studying nature and the environment. There was animal trackings, what vegetation is sustainable, the snowpack, and our water supply, and how all of these different elements affect our environment. And believe me, it was done without any electronics. Now, I would like you to try something for me. This is one of the exercises done on the snowshoeing track. It helps correct electronic posture, and it really should be done outside to be the most effective. Now, tip your head back and look up as high as you can. Then take a deep breath to the count of 5. And of course, it should be fresh air. Hold it for 5 and then exhale for 5. This helps you set mentally, emotionally, and corrects the electronic hanging head. Of course, you need to do it more than once.
Hi, I'm Haley Agel. First grades host the stargazing with their partners from WNC Observatory. Second grade, Heritage Project, where students make heritage dolls based on their individual ancestry. We quickly learn that we all have blended ancestry. Then each student with their family shares their heritage in a presentation. At the end, they host a glorious global feast with many families dressed in traditional attire.
This year, the authentic food from all over the world produced 44 authentic and ethnic dishes. Third grade goes to see the salmon spawn. Everyone learns how to sew and write in cursive in CMS third grade. Fourth grade raises trout and learns how to tie flies and then releases the trout into the Carson River. We are a project-based school with elaborate reports. In order for our students to be able to travel to learning sites, we have travel packets. The student in this picture, Miss Jazzy, is in kindergarten. You should have heard the enthusiasm and excitement she presented with her travel packet. We actually have a student dehorn rhinos in Africa. Many times, a theme-based activity with the whole class will become objects or animals from what they are studying and travel the school, sharing their knowledge and experiences. CMCS is a STEAM school, and we are partnered with the Desert Research Institute. They supply our robotics centers. A student set up a surgical lab in which to dissect pigs, 3D printing, and we are returning to enable the project to print hands. OSIT for the state of Nevada is the Office of Science, Innovation, and Technology. It monitors all of the STEM activities in Nevada. Carson Montessori's student legislative team played a large part in the development of that office. Their testimony as in a STEAM school, and they spoke to the importance of having a statewide placement to obtain training. And information truly helped get the office.
Hi, I am Carter Landa. We are part of the PAWS program and have 6 dogs that work with our students. This is Romeo, and as you can see, he is quite the reading teacher. Students work with the dogs, some even helping with their training. Students can read with them, snuggle with them, have them as a buddy, talk to them when they have a problem, take them for walks or bathroom breaks, or just spend time with their new best friend. Carson Montessori has a Code Red program that has been recognized as the best program in the state of Nevada, and CMCS is the best school. Carson Montessori students are prepared, not scared. Students are taught how to respond when the Code Red command is given. There is no panic, no screaming, and no hesitation. We have 2 instances where the command was given that really were emergency situations, and for both of which we have received commendations from fire inspectors and fire marshals. The first was when the fire department was doing their fall school fire safety presentation. With all their equipment laid out and students exploring it and trying it, they received a call. The firemen rolled completely dressed and with all their gear loaded on board in a minute and a half because of our Code Red assistance. The second emergency was a battery fire and toxic air situation 1 block from the school. The entire school was outside of dismissal. We had the entire school locked back in safely, and everyone came in silently with absolutely no panic in 40 seconds. This one truly amazed all of the emergency responders to the fire.
Of course, as one of our partners in education is Fire Station 52.
And not only do they tell everyone we are the best, but they love judging our chili cook-off every year. Our partners in education help make so many of our projects possible. They are also a part of our community outreach, which makes Carson Montessori a true vital member of the Carson City community. In conclusion, it should be very easy to see why CMCS is the best place in the world to be. We will now turn this presentation over to our principal, Ms. Daniels, and our vice principal, Ms. Lobsinger, in case there may be some questions.
Looks like we are ready for questions or comments from the board.
I'll start, I guess, but excellent presentation by these young people here. Very calm, very articulate. You guys did a great job, and you really made a good case for the Carson Montessori School. So thank you.
Anybody else? Molly?
Well done. You guys did a phenomenal job. You should be very proud, and parents as well. It is very exciting to see everything that you're doing, the hands-on, the experiences that the students get. It's very fortunate to have a charter school like this in Carson City. I think for Carson City School District to have the opportunity to sponsor that is one of a kind, like you mentioned, Mrs. Daniels, at the beginning of your presentation. It is one, I think we are extremely fortunate to have Carson City Montessori School in Carson City. And I think we're very fortunate to have you to continue to lead the Montessori School as well. You are a gem to the school district. But yes, I think this is great. You guys did a phenomenal job. I'd like to give a shout out to our youngest. We've never had a volunteer as young as we do at Nevada Rural County's RSVP program, as we do Riley Connors. She does a phenomenal job for us. But with that, I think it's the education that she gets at the Montessori School, and it's the leadership, you know, that she gets there day in and day out that makes her, you know, what that is. And I can see that with the rest of the students that you have there as well. So congratulations.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
So great job, students. It's very inspiring to see all of the great things you guys are doing in your school, and I know you're working hard. And I have just a couple business questions. Ms. Daniels, last time when we renewed, we talked about the issues that we've had with finding like a permanent facility. And so could you give us an update on where you are with that and the sustainability of your current space?
I would be thrilled to give you that. We have looked at over 80 sites, some of them as many as 7 times. And the things that have happened that have made things change and put us into a precarious situation, as you saw, don't tell us we can't, let us show you how we can. And we continue in that quest. We leave no stone unturned. We look and investigate every site. And when we are met with a challenge, we immediately find ways to work around it. In the last 2 months, we have put in offers. We have had investors step forward. And our biggest issue is zoning. And I and my family, as part of our team, went to many of those master plan meetings. They are very aware of our situation and how we are looking. We were very, very excited with the term flex zoning. Lights turn off at a certain time, right?
Yeah.
You're on a timer. I think that's the hint, but anyway, in the last 2 months, we have actually made offers or stepped forward on several sites. One of which to bring it up to code because we have to have a special use permit and to get a certificate of occupancy, especially for a school. School has very, very strict regulations, very strict. It's much different than any other kind of zoning or location. Would have been millions of dollars just for us to lease it. The recommendation from the experts that I brought in, I brought in experts to tell us what we would have to do. Their recommendation, and I don't want to tell you what piece of property it is because it's still on the market, was to tear it down. There's also a couple pieces that will be coming up in a couple of years. They will not be available because our problem is we need room. It isn't like we can just go get an office. And we also need room for a playground. But the recommendation on those also is because of their age, by the time you bring them up to date, it's cost prohibitive. And the recommendation is to tear them down. So we've learned a lot about the law, a lot about zoning, a lot about building, and we never not and never stopped looking. But most of the things that can accommodate us are in an industrial area that are big enough, and we cannot locate there.
It's challenging where there's so little space around here, so we understand the struggle.
Well, I will tell you that the Carson City School District in 2 instances had property, or 3 or 4, I can name all of them. And they've been offered to us, or we couldn't go there now after the fact. And the one on the Lampa property, when it was offered to us, there was a little stipulation that in order for us to purchase it, at that time we had enough money to purchase it. It's on the corner down there, not the one that's over, it's the one on the corner. That we would have to grant citizenship to the people from a foreign country. And we thought about it and weren't sure we wanted to be involved that way. So there's backstories to almost every piece of property in this town. The one up behind Kmart, Mr. Stokes was so excited about it, 5 acres. When they deed property to a school, it expires after so many years, and if you don't use it, you lose it and it reverts back to the owner of the property. That's what happened to it. And now that's where those high-rises went in. So.
Well, I think that there's one of the things, I've had many conversations with different school districts that have these struggles with charter schools in the community, and one of the things, Carson City just seems to come together, and I think there's a place for the Montessori school in our system, and it serves a purpose. So I'm very supportive of your school and your endeavor. I do wonder about a 10-year charter as opposed to the 4, and my concern mainly is just focused on the provisions that the legislature is trying to put on school districts when it comes to charters and holding us accountable for what's happening to a school that we don't necessarily have say over.
Well, and right now, what is happening at the legislature is huge, and it's happening by the minute, and it involves school districts, you're 100% right, and charter schools. The biggest issue is the fact that bonding is not the same, and so charter schools have to pay for their facilities, as where districts can float a bond. Our student legislative team got bonding passed for charter schools about 10 or 12 years ago, and we were so excited. all it is a simple mortgage. But they deluded us into believing that we would be able to float a tax-based entity. So it is, you're 100% right, and now they're questioning and want charter schools involved with this, you know. And we are so privileged here, the relationship that we've had, and we're the envy of, I'm serious, we're the envy of the rest of the state. All the rest of the charters are like, how do you do it? How do you make it happen? How can you have this kind of relationship? Because they don't, especially in Clark County.
Thank you.
Excuse me, any other questions from the board?
I do. We understand the problems you're having with the space and the new facility. Can you continue to operate in the current facility you're in? And for how long, I guess, would be a question.
But right now we have an offer in with the Boys and Girls Club because we have lost half of our space due to a zoning issue. And so they had to grandfather us in the upper main site that we have. So we're working with the Boys and Girls Club to see if we can share some space.
You'll be able to stay into the grandfather
Yes,
space?
Yes, they can't touch us there.
Will you be segregating the grades?
We'll have to right now until we can, we did have a place located where we could have taken the whole school. And that is the place that was millions of dollars to bring it up to code. So we had submitted an offer of intent, of interest and intent, but it was contingent on if we would be able to get a permit. So I brought the experts in and they said, they're the ones that said tear it down, no way. Of course, if you want to, share the gym, because we're a wide open space and we can just bring all our little movable walls.
So if there are no more questions, I will remind the board that this is a possible action item. I will entertain a motion, unless there are any other questions or comments.
Yes, this is Molly, I do. So the motion that is brought forward to us does not specify a year term. So I don't know if we're going to discuss that, or do I just randomly make a motion and then you all either say nay or yay and we go back and forth? Or should we be discussing? So then I'm going to ask then Ms. Daniels at this point, because the motion that we have in front of us does not specify a year, an amount of years. So are you hoping that we do the 10 years or? Yes?
Can I tell the little tiny story behind the 10 years?
Sure.
Okay. That was another piece of legislation that our student legislative team lobbied through the Nevada State Legislature. They got it passed. It, in essence, was their bill, and they got it passed for a 10-year renewal. It was at the same time, the next year, that our charter was up for renewal. The law went into effect on July 1st, midnight. Our charter expired June 30th, right at midnight. We missed that by 1 minute. And so, because it's so close to us and it really was our bill, that is why we put the 10 years on it. That is a long time. We understand that. 3 years is very, very short because you're spending all your time doing renewals, finding everything. The document, as you saw, is, 50, 60, 70 pages long to submit the application. So that's why it's been so close to our heart, because we just missed it and we're not able to do it. We had to renew ours for 6 years. I don't know of anyone who has ever had theirs renewed for 10 years. I really don't know, Molly, in all honesty, I don't.
Okay, then I'm ready to make a motion. Okay. With 6 years? Okay, so I'm just going to make it. I move that the Carson City School District Board of Trustees approve a charter school renewal agreement between Carson Montessori Charter School and the Carson City School District, year term commencing July 1st of 2025.
So could I offer an amendment to that? And with
Trustee, 1 second. Before you amend a motion, we need to know if there's a second on it or not.
I'll second.
Okay, so motion by Trustee Walt, second by Trustee Walker. Any comments from the board?
I would propose that we amend it that after 3 years, we have a update or a status update from Montessori and alignment with new laws and provisions from the legislature.
So sorry. Would it be possible, though, to maybe get, I don't know that this needs to be an amendment, does it, Ryan? If we ask then for, an update on the locations?
So staff, Superintendent Fielding staff can ask them for an update at any time he wants. If the board wants specific direction to be tied to the motion, requiring them to come back no later than 3 years and provide the board an update, it should be a part of the motion.
Go ahead.
Can I interpret the law, please? Superintendent Fielding has to do a report according to Nevada Charter School law. He has to do a thorough report every year on our charter school. So he has to get all that information, including our financial stability, including the sites, including our test scores, all of that. He has to do that every year, and he has to submit it. They have now allowed us to submit it with our 387-303 report, and they allow us to combine it. They do not allow all the charter schools to do that. But because we have such a flawless record, they have allowed us to submit that report together. But it happens every year. Every year he has to. And can they call for a charter school to be closed if they're not meeting their criteria? Absolutely. Okay.
Thank you.
So I'll retract my
Trustee Walker, if what you're asking though is for Montessori to come back and report to you in no less than 3 years, you can make that a part of your motion. And if that's what you want, as opposed to the reporting that's done elsewhere, if you want Montessori to come report to you, it needs to be a part of the motion.
Just because that is a long time, and we don't know who's going to be sitting on this board at that time, and hopefully Mr. Fielding is still the superintendent and has good relationship with the Montessori school. I would propose that we do have them come back in 3 years and provide an update.
I would support that.
Yep,
And
I agree.
Then I accept the amendment.
Okay, so then we have a motion with the amendment. Let's see, we already did that. Okay, so we've covered the amendment, correct? So any additional board discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Public comment.
I'm sorry?
Public comment.
Yes,
So
so
you need to
any
call
more
for public
discussion,
comment.
any public comment? No public comment? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, and
Thank
again-
you so much. Thank you.
And congratulations to your students. They are amazing. Good job. Keep up the good work. Okay. Agenda item number 10, discussion on the Carson City School District Board of Trustees nominations to the Nevada Association of School Board, NASB, of individuals to be considered for recognition during NASB's 2025 annual conference. And this is for discussion only. So let me start off by saying we had revisited this item at our previous meetings about the idea of including input from the district community so that we could get more individuals nominated for these awards. And I want to start off by saying thank you to Superintendent Feeling for creating the survey form that was sent out to all of the staff district-wide. And second, I want to thank those individuals who provided us input for us to use, and we really appreciated and value the time that they devoted to nominate those individuals that are going above and beyond in their positions, which is what we were looking for. So we really appreciate everyone's input on that. So with that, I would like to propose that we have a discussion on how we want to move forward from here so we can identify a plan.
So Madam President,
Yes.
As the president of the Nevada Association of School Boards, I'm going to observe the conversation and not contribute, but certainly I applaud and support all of Carson's nominees. I just would like to name the worship.
Of course, we understand that. Thank you. Thanks for the disclosure. So then at this point in time, I will open it up for the rest of the board for a discussion on how we want to move from here on. I do want to provide a suggestion, and then of course I will welcome everyone's input on how we want to continue with it. So I'd like to propose that we form a subcommittee of 3 individual board members for those individuals to review the recommendations provided by the district community. And then I would suggest that we bring the top 3 individuals to the rest of the board, and then we all vote on those top 3 individuals. If that is okay with everyone, or again, if we have other suggestions that we can entertain that idea. And then the other idea was because my understanding is that we only ask for feedback from the community for 4 categories. And we have, I believe it's 9 categories. And so for the other categories, if we can have each of us bring forward a name or 2 for our next meeting, and then we can all decide on who we want to nominate for the specific categories.
Okay. What are the 4 that we would be?
The ones that we received input from the district community are the NASB School District Employee Making a Difference, District Level Administrator of the Year Impacting Student Achievement, and award, NASB Award to a Friend of K-12 Public Education, and NASB Innovative Educator of the Year. So those are the 4 that we asked
the district-wide community to provide us input and recommendations.
There's also the school admin of the year. There were 5 of them that got.
I'm sorry?
The school admin of the year was also, there were 5 that were forwarded to us.
It was also, okay, so then there's 5.
So yes, I'm going to agree with the committee, and to have 3 school board members on the committee, I think that's a great idea. And then for the NASB Director of the Year, Veteran School Board Member, New School Board Member of the Year, Individual School Board Member of the Year, Local Governance Team of the Year, Outstanding Media, right? Board Secretary and other support staff, and Superintendent of the Year. We would be responsible for bringing names back to you at the next meeting?
Correct. A name or 2.
Okay.
With the recommendation, and then perhaps a small statement of the reason why you're nominating those individuals.
So, President Ramirez, if I can, just to make sure we stay on topic with the agenda, it's for discussion only tonight, so there could be no action of the board to actually appoint a subcommittee.
Right. Okay.
And to that point, the president has the discretion to appoint a subcommittee at any time. If you appoint a subcommittee that has the ability to limit recommendations that come before the board, in other words, if you have 5 applicants, but you want the committee to bring back their top 3, that committee is subject to the open meeting law every time they meet.
Even though there are only 3 members?
Yes, because they're limiting options that are going to come before the board itself.
Okay.
And so when they have that discretion, they are subject to the open meeting law.
Okay. Okay, so then at this point in time, thank you for that clarification. So I would like to ask for volunteers from the board to serve on that.
I just have one clarifying question as well. So when we bring back the best, right? So we bring back a nomination and we say, this is why we think, are we then going to be the responsible party to fill out the application?
I believe my recommendation would be to, at that point, appoint individuals to write, but I would say that it would make sense for that person to write the recommendation, since you already have the input.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So do we have volunteers to serve?
And so this committee then is just reviewing the results, bringing back?
Provided, yes.
Okay.
And bringing it back to our next meeting.
All right.
It's kind of a quick turnaround, but I believe we need to get going on this.
Yes, I agree. Thank you.
And for clarification, President Ramirez, Superintendent Fueling asked the question. If the committee brings back all the applicants that it gets, but has a recommendation, that's okay. If they are going to eliminate applicants that are brought before the board, they are subject to the open meeting law.
Okay. Okay, are we?
So my question is, so how do we go about meeting then and discussing it?
I think it's suggesting that we don't eliminate any applicants. All applicants remain on the table the whole time. We just come back with our suggestion that these would be our front runners, but nobody's officially eliminated, and then we can avoid that.
If you come and you say we got 10 nominations, of those we recommend these 3, but here we're all 10, then you are not bound by the open meeting law because the board has full discretion.
Okay.
I'm happy to volunteer.
Michelle, okay.
I also volunteer if anyone else wants to do it.
Okay. Richard? I'll be happy to join you, if that's okay. We have 3. Rebecca, did you want to do it?
I can.
You know what, you can go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, so then I'll go ahead and execute that. No, that's okay. I can go ahead and remove myself.
Well, I mean, Mr. Bonner is talking about our committee, so maybe he wants to step off.
I don't mind doing it, but I think that it would be nice to have you on also, so.
Okay. You sure? Okay, so then Rebecca, Michelle, and myself, are we good with that?
Yeah.
Is everyone okay with that? Okay. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for volunteering to help with this important task. Okay, any additional comments or discussion from the board? thank you. So agenda item number 11, 2025 legislative update, report on items of interest relating to education for discussion only. Andrew Fillion.
Thank you, President Ramirez. So I apologize. I had notes I was expecting to have with me this evening, and in running Mr. Bringhurst all over the district and rushing back, I didn't grab those. So just kind of brief overview off the top of my head. There was a hearing, a budget closing for K-12 education that happened the Joint Assembly Ways and Means Senate Finance Subcommittee. There were slight adjustments made to the way the governor's original funding kind of numbers came out, with a very slight increase in per pupil funding, but there was also a slight decrease in what we were expecting in some special education funding. Kind of a net zero effect overall, but I would say there clearly was some frustration with many of the legislators over, I think, really the feeling that they couldn't do more, just given the situation at the state level. They are proposing, and this is not finalized because there's still weeks left in the session, it hasn't gone to the floor yet, but they're proposing to, with some of the reduced revenue expectations for the state, they're proposing to fill any gaps with what is called the Education Stabilization Account funding, where there's about $800 million that can come in to help the state with education if revenues look to fall, which apparently they are projecting that will happen. So there's still more to learn and more that can happen, but just a little bit of an update with that. There are two bills, one from the governor, one from Senator Cannizzaro, the Senate Majority Leader, that are enormous bills. I have them here. They're both well over 100 pages, and everything about education. And I will note that there are, between the bills, some similarities around much, I'd say, stricter accountability measures that would call for the removal of principals and superintendents, that would potentially, they could declare an emergency, and if I understand, I think sort of remove a school board. So it's some pretty strong language, but there's a lot within that, and just a lot in the area of education that some not as concerning, maybe some a little more concerning. So we continue to monitor those. I don't believe those bills have been heard yet. I know the governor's hasn't for sure, but I think that is going to be happening this week potentially. So we're still relying on our NAS lobbyist, Mary Brzezinski, to continue updating us, and is tracking all of these almost 200 bills related to education. Some of them have not moved on, but sometimes these things show up later in other bills. So trying to pay attention to the conversations that are happening up there. And that's really all I have. I'm happy to answer any questions if I'm able to.
Any questions from the board? Thank you for that information. Any comments, questions? No? We appreciate it. All right. Agenda item number 12, approval of consent agenda, and this is for possible action. So moved. Okay, moved by Trustee Wald and second by Trustee Walker. Any board discussion? Seeing none, any public comment? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 13, informational items, and this is for discussion only. No action will be taken. Any comments, questions? Seeing none. Okay. Moving on to agenda item number 14, request for future agenda topics. Molly?
So for a future agenda item, I'd like, it would just be a discussion item on ways that we might be able to better communicate with the school board when it comes to events throughout the school district. Whether or not it be, you know, what I would like to be able to see is the different principals, you know, the district office be able to send us meeting invites to different things that are going on, you know, at their schools. The multiple emails that we're getting, you know, with this and then this change, and it, you know, we have a tendency, because we all work during the day as well, to lose those emails. But I think if we were able to do, and I don't know whether it be an Outlook calendar, if it be Calendarly, which is an app, I don't know what it looks like, but if we could bring some suggestions to the next board meeting, and then, you know, kind of look at that way to better organize, help us be organized, I guess, or myself, just so we're not missing, because I know there's things that I'm out there doing that you're all missing, and this is why I'm kind of trying to text you each individually, so I'm not breaking the open meeting law, but yet it's just, yeah, because I do know the community likes to see us at different events, and they're very appreciative when we do attend. And so I think if we can find a way that might be able to streamline like that is a discussion.
So that'll be the discussion that we will put on the agenda for next week.
Thank you. And then if you all have any ideas, please bring them forward.
Thank you. Any additional agenda items? No? All right. Agenda item number 15, adjournment. Thank you so much, everyone.